each other through it. Come on and see, good movement draws good movement.
Welcome to Good Movement Draws Good Movement, the podcast where farmers, ranchers, and rural folks can grow relationally through awareness, understanding, and effective communication. Hey, it's T. I'm your host, and I, along with my guests, will be covering topics related to drawing good movement. Things like self and social awareness, brain science, positive psychology, extending grace, and so much more. We'll share tools that can help you understand why you are the way you are, why others are the way they are, and how you can use that to step out of self-told lies with grace and compassion to draw good movement in conversations, relationships, and life in rural America. Let's go draw good movement. Welcome back to the Good Movement Draws Good Movement podcast. Today we have our favorite repeat guest.
Hi.
Tom is back after a little bit of a hiatus. I don't even remember the last time you were on.
I think we'd weaned, maybe. Or maybe we were going to wean. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I'm trying to go pro at hibernation. I'm failing miserably.
Now that all the things are done.
All the cow work's done.
Yeah. That's better. Not all the
I
things.
wish all the things were done. Oh, that would be glorious.
If you are listening to this episode on the day that it comes out, it is New Year's Eve. So Happy New Year. But we're recording it the first part of December. And we are answering questions that we've either gotten in my DMs or in real life, or honestly, I just made a couple of them up because I thought they'd be valuable. So to start, where do you complement each other in day-to-day ranch work, and where do you still butt heads? You want to go first?
I can go first on the butting heads.
Okay.
We still don't move cows quite like the other one wants.
Tom wants a lot more pressure than I want.
I don't want more pressure. I want them to be able to accept more pressure.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, when we were weaning, my body was saying back off, and you were saying step up, and I was feeling back off. So there's still a disconnect there. Both of us can get the job done, and in a fairly low stress manner. It's just that our technique is different. Did you ever watch SpongeBob as a kid?
I'm older than SpongeBob.
Well, so am I, but I was a teenager when it came out. But the blowing the bubbles technique.
No, I never have
Land
seen an
on your right
episode.
foot. Don't forget it.
I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob. I know who he is because he's a sponge.
And his name's Bob.
Well, yeah.
Okay, anyway, we butt heads moving cows. You got more to say about that?
No.
Okay, where do we complement each other? I'll take this one first.
Okay.
We're in agreement about the butting heads part anyway. So we might be in agreement about where we complement each other. But I think we complement each other in the fact that we kind of equilibrate each other. Like, you bring me up and I bring you down. That sounds really bad. But you know what I mean.
Do I?
I feel another one in there.
Do I?
Yes, you do know what I mean. Like, when your energy level is coming up and things are escalating, I can kind of temper that a little bit. And when I need to have bigger energy, you can encourage me to have bigger energy. And not only that, I'm kind of like fly by the seat of my pants, and you're more structured and straight lined. And I think we also equilibrate with each other there. Like, you kind of keep me in line, and I also keep you from going crazy because you're not wanting to veer from the line.
Oh, you worded that well. I don't know that that's limited to ranch work either.
No, that's just in our life. I think in general, we complement each other well in those ways.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Oh, I have another thing to add. when we have calves or we've weaned calves, you always see things that are like you see more sick than what's actually sick.
Glass half full. Or no, wait a minute.
That's half
I said
empty,
that
buddy.
backwards. You know what I mean.
Anyway, like, I think there have been years, not this year so much, but there have been years where you would have spent all dang day out there doctoring stuff, but you also know, so you come and you're like, "This is what I see. Go look at it without me and tell me what you see."
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're all sick.
It's like once you see one, that's all you can see.
That's all you see, tunnel vision.
Yeah. So we're in agreement on all the areas where we complement each other and we still butt heads.
Yeah. We butt heads once in a while on the horses, but
Yeah, sometimes on how we handle the horses. And the other thing that like recently comes to mind that we butted heads on was when we were cutting that overflow pipe. And I did not understand what you were,
cutting the overflow pipe.
yeah,
Catch me up.
at the shipping pins. We had to pick the pipe up to empty it out because the rabbits
Oh,
had
yeah.
carried stuff. And I was not on the same wavelength as you, and you were getting upset with me because I wasn't doing what you needed me to do, but I didn't know what you needed me to do because you didn't say it. And you said, "You need to be over here." And I said, "That's great. You should say that."
But also, you don't always like being told what to do, right?
No, but if there's something that you are thinking I should know to do and I'm not doing it,
Oh, boy.
I feel like
Let's not start that list.
it would be better if you just said it. If I
Okay.
knew what the expectation was.
Pipe cut in half on the back of the pickup.
Seems self-explanatory,
To me, it does.
but it's not.
It's not, clearly. I got it.
Okay, next question. This question came because I did a couple podcast episodes and Instagram posts about boundaries. And I had more than one person say, "That's great, but when I try to set a boundary, it's just not worth it for how the other person reacts." And so, having recently come into setting boundaries, I recognize that it wasn't easy for you when I set the boundaries initially, but what I want to hear in your words, or could you share in your words what that was like?
The growing pains were difficult. It's still difficult. When it first started to happen, like, the one boundary I know is, like, the Tuesdays, you wanna do your thing in the office and that was tough. And that one we talked about, but others, it's like, that I don't know that are coming, you're kinda taken back. It's like, "Well, what did I do?" Like, are they pissed? Is she pissed? Did I do something wrong? Like, that kinda seems out of left field, maybe out of our normal-ish for us. So, yeah, they're tough. The growing pains are terrible.
So it's like when I say no in an area that I always used to say yes in, it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, you always used to kind of adapt and accommodate, and then once I knew that Tuesdays we're gonna just kinda stick with that example, like, once I knew that that's what the plan was, then I could adjust my plan so that Tuesdays I just did my projects that I needed to work on, or phone calls that needed made, or emails that needed sent, or whatever that way. But there is a time of year, calving, branding, weaning, exercising calves, pregging, shipping.
Pretty much the entire year, except for the months of November, December, January, and February and March.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most of the year,
Yeah.
you don't want to give me Tuesdays.
I mean, it's not ideal, but there are specific Tuesdays that we have adjusted,
Yeah, like if
and I
you,
try to give you as much
yeah.
warning as possible.
And even sometimes if there isn't, like I have the Tuesday boundary set, but I can open the gate anytime that I want or need. And so, like, if you can give me enough notice, then I can just block that off so nobody schedules a call. I don't schedule any podcast interviews, etc. And even sometimes if it's short notice, like I know there was a couple of Tuesdays, I don't remember even if it was the spring or when it was, like something emergent happened and you needed help and I didn't have anything the rest of the day, then I just, as far as calls or podcast recordings, then I just went outside and helped.
Probably stuck.
I know, right? I went through my camera roll because iCloud said I was out of storage. So I was going through photos over the weekend and there's so many pictures of Tom stuck and or screenshots. Don't be mad. I'm stuck.
I try hard. I get a lot done.
Like, I knew there were a few in there because we were joking about the skid steer getting stuck a couple weeks ago with your family.
I get stuck a lot.
But then when I was going through my camera roll, I was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize. Like, I knew there was a few times, but I didn't realize there was that many times.
I almost wonder if I'm colorblind. Because, like, all the old timers say, like, if I ask them, how do you know where to drive? And they're like, well, just look at the color of the grass. It's like, well, that looks like grass and you drive in it. It's like, well, those guys are liars. This is a lake.
Well, and you have a lot more confidence in
you coming to save me?
that too. But like, sometimes when I'm driving and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to drive there, you're like, it's fine. There's a lot of vegetation there. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so far, that's worked out okay for us. But when you're by yourself, it doesn't work out so good for you.
No.
Anyway, how did we get from boundaries to you being stuck?
I'm not sure. Squirrels.
Speaking of squirrels.
Oh, boy.
What is an argument from years ago that feels like kind of silly or funny now because of how you handle it differently today?
Going.
Okay.
This is a self-inflicted wound. So we were dating.
Yeah.
And Taryn's parents had JRTs, so Jack Russell Terriers. And her dad had a cute little ornery, mean.
He wasn't really mean. He was ornery.
He was mean towards some people.
That's true. There were some people he didn't like. He was like fearless and almost self-destructive.
Yeah. I mean, pound for pound, they're the toughest dog I've ever seen. Well, I got the wise idea. I was going to get Taryn one for Christmas. No, was it Christmas?
Yeah.
So I got her this little Jack Russell Terrier dog.
Well, you let me go pick it out.
Whatever. Yeah. So she gets the dog. This is kind of like I already had a dog or two.
And you had no experience with
And I had zero
terriers.
experience with terriers. And oh Lord, we almost didn't get married because of the dog.
We actually went to premarital counseling and talked about arguments and conflicts.
The biggest argument we had, he said, what is the biggest argument you've ever had? And he laughed in our faces about the dog.
What did he say? It's just a dog.
He's like, it's a dog. Like, you don't understand what that means to me.
You don't even know. But what was the argument?
What was my, like, why didn't I
Yeah, why
like
did
him?
we argue about him?
Because you wanted him to just let him run amok, it felt like. And like, I'm very disciplined with the dogs. Like, I say down, you down. Like, I'm not going to ask for a lot, but when I ask for it, I need it. And there's a reason behind it. And that little shit never listened a day in his life.
Oh, that's not true.
But boy, was he fun.
I'll say that a well-mannered Jack Russell Terrier looks a lot different than a well-mannered stock dog.
Yes.
So, viewing it through that lens, he had really great manners.
Yeah. But I was still trying to train even as he got a little older. It's like, okay, she's gone. We can do what needs done now.
Maybe that's a story for another time about his near-death experiences.
Oh, he had a lot of. That's why I say pound for pound, they are the toughest dog ever. But that is my biggest argument from years ago that is now hilarious.
I would say that I don't have a different one. That's like, that's it. He was a tough dog. Got bit twice by rattlesnakes. And he survived a trip down the overflow in the irrigation, but couldn't survive the highway.
Nope.
That was a sad day for me.
Yep.
I was a week away from having Tenley. That was a really big. I about had to take a bereavement day from work, and I'm not even kidding. Okay, next question. What's one lesson from working cattle that shows up in your marriage?
Are you going first?
Oh, do you want me to go first?
I don't care. It's your turn. I did the last one.
Oh, well, because we were in agreement on that one. We talked about it before. Anyway, what's one lesson from working cattle? I think the biggest lesson for me from working cattle that I learned from working cattle is being able to read the energy and either take a step back or ask in a different way or recognize when you need me to be there or when you need some space. I don't know. That's mine.
Yeah, like the approach. Like we joke about it, but it's not, I'm not really joking, like dipping your toe in a hot tub, right? Like you don't know where the other person's at in their own day or life. So, first thing in the morning, it should always be good things. But if you're away for the day and you come back, you don't know what the other person experienced that day. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. So, just like you approach your cows, you kind of ease into it, right? You don't just blunder in there unless you want a confrontation.
Yeah, you don't tiptoe, though. I wouldn't say you tiptoe. You have awareness.
I have an expectation of how it should go, but it's always subject to change.
So you hold your expectation loosely with curiosity?
Yeah. And that's a good way to put it, that curiosity. It's like, how was your day? And if you answer, oh, you're kind of bubbly, or the cows are excited to see you, they're bucking, snort, fart, whatever. It's like, oh, it's good to see you too. If you had the day that matched that, if you had a crap day, then,
That's awesome for you, but let me tell you about my
yeah,
day.
you want to know what happened today at my job while you were here?
That's Jeff Foxworthy.
No, I think it's Bill Engvall.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Bill Engvall.
That's what I applied, but it's not just to cows, I mean,
It's to every human's person.
well, it's humans, it's dogs, it's the horses. You don't know if a horse got run through a fence last night. Other horses were picking on him, whatever. It works for a lot of different species, I think. And they're all, I guess they're relative because it works.
Mm-hmm.
It applies.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You don't just bounce into it unless you want repercussions.
Yeah, you don't, like you said, you don't blunder in unaware.
And the repercussions don't need to be a fight, but it's how much willingness do you want out of that partnership for the day or evening,
You have more to add there?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Which is harder for each of you? Asking for help or receiving it, and why? And I like this question because I've been thinking about help and how willing people in rural spaces and places are to ask for it and how willing they are to jump in and help somebody else. And next week's episode is all about this, but I polled my Instagram followers in my stories, asked them some questions about how likely they are to ask for help, how likely they are to accept help, and how likely they are to help other people. And the results are staggering, but you have to tune in next week to hear that.
Ooh, suspense.
Yeah. So, but I will say, and you'll hear this again next week, for me, I think asking for help and receiving help historically have been on the same plane. I haven't really liked to do either. Unless I absolutely cannot figure out a way to do it on my own, I would be hesitant to ask for help in the past. And the receiving help, I've always thought, if people offered me help, example, growing the cancer, having the surgeries this year. No, last year.
This year.
This year. Yeah, because it's Christmas, or it's New Year's Eve.
Both. Yes.
This year, lots of people jumped in and offered help. And it wasn't always easy for me to accept that because I always thought, well, my outcome was so good. And there's so many other people out there who had a completely different experience and they need this more than I do. And so I should decline this and it should go to somebody else. But I'm working on, and again, you'll hear this next week, allowing people the opportunity to bless me in those ways. And instead of saying no thanks, saying thank you, I really appreciate this. So how easy is it for you to ask for help?
Impossible.
How easy is it for you to accept help?
Not good. But on the flip side, there's nothing that makes me happier than helping people.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Why can't you ask for it? Why can't you receive it?
Because I like to feel like that's a job well done. I think that's the stereotype in agriculture, right? Like, we know we can do it. We just have to work a little harder. And nobody is going to turn a blind eye towards a challenge. Not in this world that we live in.
Okay, but
out
why?
here.
Why do you think that?
Why should we? Like, who do you call to come help you?
Well, you call me when you're stuck.
100%. 100%.
But I'll call you and ask you for help if I can't figure it out on my own. But what I'm saying is, what has gotten us to this place where we think that it's not okay to ask for help?
Okay, in a relationship setting, I feel like is different than as an industry. I feel like. In a relationship, there's give and there's take. Hey, I need you for this, blah, blah, blah.
Right. But I'm just talking in general. Like, this is jumping ahead to what you said you wanted to talk about for the next question. But back in 2015, when you had your first neck surgery and we had a really bad break of pneumonia in the calves, and you were out on a horse trying to doctor calves when you weren't supposed to be doing anything of the sort, and you would not call another herdsman to come help doctor. And when he found out about it, he was like, what the hell? Why didn't you call and ask for help? So why didn't you call and ask for help?
Because I could do it.
At what cost?
We don't know.
Because nothing bad happened.
It didn't.
But my point is
It wasn't fun.
My point is that being human, we need other people, whether we like to admit that or not. And it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to receive help. And I'm saying this as a person who's still working on that.
Well, clearly so am I. But there's a pride. It's like a opportunity cost, right? Like, you don't, if you use it today, you might not have it tomorrow when you really need them.
Okay, but you, as someone who really enjoys helping people, do you think less of those people that you help?
They don't usually ask.
Okay, I'm just saying, do you think less of people who accept your help? That makes it sound like you do.
No. I'm trying to get more clarification. Like on the ranch, like people that ask us to come pray, I don't feel anything.
Okay. Outside of ranching duties.
Like neighbor stuff?
Yeah.
Stuff? No.
Yeah.
No, because those are like days we might get to hang out, visit, BS a little bit, how things are going for them, what's going on in their lives. Because we don't get to see a lot of people out here, right? And we definitely don't get to work with them very often. So a lot of times guys call, it might not be for much. They just need to vent or they need to visit. Because a lot of people out here are the same way we are. There's not a lot of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of people in what we do out here in this area.
We're literally physically isolated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't think less of people who accept your help, why don't you afford them the opportunity to help you? You get enjoyment from helping people.
I love it. There's nothing that makes me happier than helping people.
So by not letting people help you, you're robbing them from the enjoyment of helping you.
They can go help somebody else. I'm allowing them the opportunity to have time to go help someone else.
Oh, talk around.
No, but it's a good talk around.
Okay. On the same topic of help, what's one example of help you finally said yes to that made a bigger difference than you had anticipated?
You already took my...
I know. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I just had neck surgery and I was not supposed to be on a horse. And the calves broke and we went to doctor and calves and then he found out and he was real pissed.
And then he came and helped you.
Didn't he just come and do it? I don't remember.
And Cade, you'll have to weigh in.
Yeah. The best part is he's ropey, so it got done real quick. I mean, not that we're unhandy, but we don't rope like that.
I'm pretty unhandy.
Well, you said it. I did not. I know better. See, that's boundary. Didn't cross my own boundary. Never put down the boss.
I'm not the boss.
It's a pro tip.
We have, whenever anybody's like, who wears the pants in the relationship? I'm like, we each have a leg and
I wear them when you're not here.
What was that? I'm the man from Bob and Tom.
I don't remember.
I can't remember all the words, but
I wear the pants
when
you're
she's
not
around. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, anything else to add to this delightful conversation?
No. The asking for help deal, I don't feel like it's resolved.
You mean our conversation about it or your feelings about it?
I just don't know that there's going to be a lot of change. Like, we're a culture that does not ask for help, and that shows in a lot of different aspects throughout our generations.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that. Well, I'm going to talk more about that on the next episode using, like, I'm going to share the results from the poll and things that people wrote in, and then some core beliefs that might be tied to that.
Well, I'm excited to hear about it or listen to it because I feel like those qualities get you through a lot of things later on in life. We instill those in our kids, like, always feel free to call, but try. Just keep trying.
Yeah, but don't try yourself to death.
Yeah, don't get worked up about it. Like, a very recent experience. We had a call the other day from one of the kids. The tire light was on. It was late.
The kid that can drive to school.
Yeah. Like, and I could hear he was pretty worked up on the phone because he didn't know what to do, and it was late. Everything was closed. I said, I don't know where the air hose is at the gas station. Drive to the gas station, put air in the tire. Well, I can't do that. It's out of my way. If it's illegal, I only get
because he's on a school permit.
Because he's on a school permit. I said, if he stops you, pulls you over, explain the situation. If he has a problem, have him call me. Like, you can't drive home and wreck a tire unless you want to buy a tire, in which case, the possibilities or potential for accidents even worse. It makes more sense, and explain it to the officer. If that's what happens, I'm going to put air in the tire. This is the situation. That's a perfect example of somebody that needed help, needed guidance. And that I have no problem with. I call guys all the time for information. All the time.
So maybe you're not as bad about asking for help.
For them to physically come help me with a project that is not cow related, like fencing, that's just plumb laziness because I hate fencing. Not that our fences are bad. You do not call people for certain things. You just don't. Who wants to go fence?
So are you saying, call me for help, except for if you need help fencing?
Yeah.
That's not true. He'll come help you fence.
I will come help you fence if that's what you really need.
But
I'm not going to call somebody to come put up fence. If the guys know about it and we're on our unit, if they can make it, great. And if they can't, I really don't care either way.
But this is on my mind and maybe off topic. But what I'm kind of proud of is that the kid had a problem last night, and instead of wrecking it or being ashamed to call and ask for help from his parents, that's the first thing he did. He noticed the light was on and he called you right away. And that's what I want for our kids. Like, I want them to always feel like they can come to us with whatever.
100%. And that's the first thing I told him. Like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. But the tire light is on. I said, okay. It's not what you think it is. Calm down. Try to take a couple deep breaths.
Because it's been really cold here.
Yeah, it's been super cold. So we went from 70s and 60s to 0. You all know what happens. If you don't, you should experience it. The tires lose pressure. It is what it is. He's never experienced that firsthand without an adult. Yes, he's smart enough. He knows he needs to put air in the tire, but he puts air in the tire at the shop, not in town. We don't put air in tires in town after hours because we're usually not there. So he'd never experienced that with us. He did 100% the right thing, in my opinion. I think he did great.
I agree. I concur.
Part of living out here is being able to accomplish the unaccomplishable. Is that a word?
It is now.
Coin it. Webster, here we come. Like figuring out what you need to do to count on yourself, to be able to do things by yourself. There's a lot of pride out here for that. And I don't know that it needs changed.
I have a differing opinion there. I think that we take so much pride in doing everything ourselves that we cause some of our own isolation, which is not necessarily a good thing. And we are so set in being able to do it on our own and not asking for help that it gets us in trouble sometimes, mentally, emotionally, physically. So I'm all about independence, but I think that can be taken too far. Anything else you want to add?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. No, what's Frosty the Snowman say? Happy birthday.
What?
When he puts the top hat on and comes to life, Frosty the Snowman says, Happy birthday.
I've never had one do that.
You've never seen Frosty the Snowman? What kind of childhood did you have?
I don't know.
You didn't watch Rudolph and the Grinch and...
We watched Rudolph, but I can't remember what we did for breakfast today, babe. So you can't ask me about what I watched as a kid.
Well, I'm going to get our baby daughter to get you to watching the old Christmas movies, even though it's the new year now. It's not yet. Not while we're recording this.
Oh, so I can't hardly wait.
Still counts. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you later. And with that, until next time, draw good movement. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. If you found value in this episode, I'd love for you to share with others who might also benefit from tuning in. Share by word of mouth, send it in a text, take a screenshot and post it on social media, or share however you prefer. And if you haven't already, hit the follow or subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Until next time, draw good movement.